all, it's really, I think, the first press conference we've really had completely since the flood. I'd like to send out, our prayers and everything to everybody that's been struggling with the flood, going through it before myself. I know what it's like, and there's still people out there struggling every day. They're going to be out of their houses and displaced for a while, so it's a long haul. And I think I saw Vice President Biden, was that this morning or yesterday? I can't remember. Going through the locker room, getting changed, and had the television on about trying to get even more money for our state. So my thoughts and prayers are still with everybody in that situation. Now moving on to our football game, our players and our coaches, and I think everybody is excited about playing a football game finally again and trying to get back to some normalcy. We play a very, very good football team. Go to their place at Oregon State. Mike Riley is, I think, an exceptional coach, very well respected in our business, not only as a coach, but as a person, and his teams play with unbelievable energy and resiliency. And they really should be 4-0. I think they're 3-1. They should be 4-0, the way I see it. And so I think they're an excellent football team. They're going on the road. They were preseason, I believe, ranked top 25 team, and I think that's what they are. And I think they're very, very good. They're exceptional on offense in their passing game. Their quarterback, Mannion, number 4, is really, really good. Can make every throw. Cooks, number 7. He's an excellent receiver, but if you go watch the tape, the amazing thing in him is the run after the catch. He's like a running back when he catches the ball and can make people miss right and left. And then number 8, I can't pronounce his name. I'll just go with his first name, Richard. I think it's Mulaney. He didn't play much in the Eastern Washington game, and all of a sudden he appears in the next games and makes big play after big play after big play. And he does a great job. And their receiver coach for me at San Jose State, so I know him really well, Brent Brennan. He does a great job with the receivers there for Oregon State. Defensively, they play hard, they play recklessly, and I think they're a very good defense. I know their numbers haven't showed it. I know that sounds like coach talk, but they were really good a year ago statistically. And I think that they just kind of ran into a little bit of a buzzsaw here at the beginning, but I still think they have very, very good players and can be excellent on defense. It's going to be a tough game for us. Our kids are excited about playing and want to go play, and they're excited about playing a Pac-12 football game. So I'll take any questions at this time.
How close to being back to normal is your preparation, your players' attitude after everything that's happened?
Oh, I think all of that's back to normal, the preparation and kind of getting back into the game week. We had that time there, and we had quite a few kids that were displaced and are in different apartments now, and had to apply for money to get things back that they lost. So that was tough on them, but I think now they're all back to normalcy and move along fine.
Coaches always say, we're either getting better or we're getting worse.
Yeah, nothing stays the same.
Nothing stays the same, exactly right. So have the Buffs gotten better during this time? If so, how?
I definitely think we have improved during this time. That'd be able to tell here in this game, the next game. And we play some really, really good football teams, and I think that we've gotten back a little bit healthy, and I think that we did improve. We concentrated on different aspects of our game that we were struggling at. We tried to improve on areas that we were doing well at. So hopefully we'll show that Saturday. The speed of the game is one thing I've talked about that we've tried to really work hard at. We did it again today. We went good on good quite a bit today to keep the speed of the game going. And that's something that you get when you play in games. So they have 4 games, we have 2. So there's a little bit of an advantage on that side of it. But on the other side, hopefully we're a little bit fresher than they are, is what I'm hoping. So,
Coach, how do you approach taking a team on the road?
Well, it's a great question. We have 4 goals that we approach every game at that are ours personally. I won't share with you here, but that we attack. We started attacking it Monday when we met as a team. We go over them every day, and I think the primary aspect is they have to go with a mindset that it's not a trip, it's a business. And you always hear coaches say it's a business trip. Well, you're going there with one thing in mind and one thing only, win the football game. And you have to understand that. You can enjoy all the stuff and take it all in, so to speak, but you have to always be have the mindset and perspective you're going to win the football game at all odds. So, but it's something we talk about quite often, and we do have a formula we follow, and the way we travel and the things we do and how we meet all work towards that.
I know, obviously, the Buffs have had a little bit more success the past couple of years on the road, but not a lot of success for anybody who's on this roster. And I know you dealt with that a little bit at San Jose State too. Is there anything unique about overcoming that?
I think it's just the maturity level of your team, to be honest with you. You know, where we were before, every plane trip we took, the plane was delayed either an hour to 5 hours. It was crazy. I've never seen anything like it. And we won every single plane trip. So I don't know how much the travel, it's the mindset of your kids and the mindset of our coaches. So us as coaches always take the mindset, we're not going to get ruffled, we're not going to get upset about being somewhere, we're not going to get upset if the food's cold, we're just going to stay focused on what the main thing at hand, and hopefully we set the tempo of that as coaches, and this is the first time for these young men to travel with us, and we have talked about every scenario with the team already and tried to prepare them for anything that happened and realize the main goal is to win the football game.
Nice wave of momentum it was riding with the 2-0 start. I have to imagine that as a head coach, one of your concerns is how do we maintain that momentum over a 20-day layout?
Yes, go win the next game. Yeah, that's what we need to do. We just got to go play and not worry about that and just keep playing and keep playing. That's the thing that, the first 2 games our kids played the whole 60 minutes. Yeah, we had some ups and we had some downs, but they were playing the whole time. And that's what I hope we keep doing, and I think we will.
Coach, I heard something about a patch the players will be wearing on their uniforms this weekend. Could you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I think it's an MS patch. Yes, it's an MS patch that all of college football will be wearing, working with, and it's something that's very close to my heart, and something that I know our kids are excited about doing. Mainly the coaches, wear those on their sleeves, and it's something that we honor that the NCAA and college football recognizes and wants to support.
And that's multiple sclerosis?
Yes.
Paul talked about the whole circumstances with the flooding actually bringing this team closer together because there were players on the team who were displaced or had their own issues. Do you see that the flood had a positive impact on your team in that regard?
Well, I think that definitely it taught a life lesson. It made them refocus, realize how precious different things are in life, and also at the same time, I think when it does that, things that you get to do that you're kind of, you've worked hard and have an honor to do, and I think it makes you refocus on that and take everything, don't take anything for granted, so to speak. And so I have seen that with the team, and sure hope that it has brought them closer together and keeps them stronger.
Mike, do you know how close you guys are to filling that vacancy in the schedule?
You got a crystal ball? I know, I've said this 100 times. I mean, I talked to Rick last night late. He's working on it extremely hard. I know they're working on some things today. There looked like there was going to be some things happen, and then they didn't happen. Now it looks like there's some other things that are going to happen. So I don't know. I keep saying that I'm going to find out in an hour now, but we haven't. But I know Rick is working really, really hard at it, and something good will come of it.
Well, let me ask you, one team that seems to make sense is San Jose State. Would you like to play against
No.
a former team?
Will not play San Jose State. I don't want to go up against young men that I've gone against before that I care deeply about. I don't think that would be the right thing to do.
That's for sure off the table. That will not happen.
It is for me, unless somebody above me makes a decision on that.
I mean, San Diego State has an old thing too, where they put Fresno the following week. That doesn't make any sense for them either. I mean, do you see any team who want a team? Let me ask you, a coach with a bye. What scenario would you see giving that up?
If you needed another game to win, you thought you could win to come to a bowl game, that would be my thought process on it. If you don't think you can win, they're probably not going to play us. So, on that side of it, just talking as a coach. Hopefully we'll work something out and get there to it.
So, Mike, I don't know, so I'm asking, what is the hardest to replicate in practice? And I'm guessing tackling and speed. And therefore, how do you try and keep up that without another team to test it against in this layover?
Right, well, we went against each other. We kind of did it like a little bit like a miniature spring practice. We've gone against each other more than we would have during the season at this time. And then we had competition. We kept score. And when they keep score, the guys are competing even harder. Those are some of the things that we did on that. And we did a lot of tackling drills. We've done a lot of those type of things like you would do in fall camp to keep that going. So it's kind of a miniature spring practice, fall camp. I try to combine the two to be able to help us keep the speed of the game. And basically it's ones against ones as much as you can.
Sounds like that's a bit of a challenge for you. You kind of need to wrap
Yeah,
your
it was a
brain.
bit of a challenge because there's a fine line of doing it too much and you get somebody hurt. And if you don't do it enough, you're not good enough. So we felt like we've done it enough. We'll even do it again some tomorrow to keep the speed going. But we won't be in full pads. We'll just be in shoulder pads and helmets tomorrow.
On paper, the offense, the rushing game for Oregon State and for Colorado, both down a little bit. How do you think the running game will play a key role in this ball game?
Yeah, it's a great question. I guarantee you they're hoping they can run the ball some more, and we're definitely hoping we can run the ball some more. Both quarterbacks are good. Both teams have some good receivers, and sometimes if it's something not clicking, you kind of go to your strength. And what they've done is they're the best passing duo in the country, and their quarterback I think is second in the country right now after 4 games, and he's only thrown 1 pick. So there's not a lot of turnovers going on. So I think that they'll probably still keep trying to throw it, but I know they'll try to establish the run in some parts and aspects of it.
The way some teams use the passing game as an extension of the run game. Do people overanalyze rushing stats nowadays?
That's a very good question. We watched, I guess I didn't watch much of it, I saw a few, but the Denver Broncos, they're throwing it and scoring at will, right? I don't think they care how many yards they run for. So I think that stat is starting to change a little bit, but especially when you have an accurate quarterback that can move the chains. So I think that stat is changing a little bit. They've been able to be so successful at Oregon State throwing the football like they have. The thing that they do a little different is they throw 9 to 10 screens a game, and I really think that's their running game. And it's easy throw. Catch the ball, running back or receiver and run. And if you look at it, they've made some big first down, second down plays off of those plays. And I guarantee if you ask their offensive coordinator, ask Mike Riley, eventually they would tell you, yeah, that's part of our running game. Because they throw 9 to 10, that's a lot of screens in a football game. And that also slows down your rush and that type of thing. So I think I consider that part of the running game. So when I look at them, yeah, they run the ball, but they've also thrown 10 screens a game for 125 yards of passing a game, which is really a running catch. It really does like a handoff to me.